A new report is revealing how fed up millennials and Gen Zers are with woke capitalism. A survey from Stanford University discovered plummeting support for companies aligning with environmental, social, and governance principles, ESG, especially if it negatively impacts their bottom line. So we thought we'd ask an expert and a millennial for more insight. Strategic Wealth Partners, Mark Tepper, joins us now. Mark, so millennials are turning their back on ESG. I thought they were the big climate activists, but I guess when it hurts their bottom line, they're like, no thanks.
Without a doubt. And when you think about ESG, I mean, it's been exposed. It's a fraud. It's a scam. It's a lie. It's a marketing ploy where investment firms get to charge higher fees. They don't actually advance any real ESG initiatives. It just costs investors more money. And Rachel, the interesting thing is the G in ESG requires ethical business practices and transparency. And when you look at these ESG funds, yeah, they're transparent, all right. I mean, investors can now see right through them, you know? So, look, I'm going to give you two examples here. So the first one, Al Gore, Mr. Global Warming, has his Generation Global Equity Fund, which is an ESG fund. And there was a study. He owns 42 stocks. 18 of those stocks increased greenhouse gases from 2015 through 2021. So not very ESG. And then, you know, millennials, Gen Zers, they're starting to realize, I mean, you look at these arbitrary ESG scores. How is it possible that Philip Morris, a tobacco company, has an ESG score of 84 while Tesla, who's doing everything they can to try and save the planet, is at a 37? It's weird, it's arbitrary, it's random.
Well, I think it was Elon Musk who said that there are too many people out there trying to look good while doing evil. Speaking of evil, we have the World Economic Forum and also BlackRock, who have been pushing ESG. Why have they been doing that?
You know, the whole ESG pushing from BlackRock and Larry Fink in particular, it boils my blood, because what Larry Fink and BlackRock are doing is they are using all of our money. My money, your money, the viewers' money. They're using our money that's in ETFs to flex their muscles and really coerce corporations into doing their dirty work. So, you know, a lot of people obviously are not very happy with that, because when you look at the biggest holders of every single publicly traded company, right at the top, you've got BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. You've got all those big ETF companies. They are the biggest shareholders, and they're going in there. They're pushing their agendas, which is stakeholder capitalism, not shareholder capitalism. Yeah,
and they're not just using our money to push their climate fantasies, but it's also hurting people. I mean, there's a human rights issue here. So much of the electric vehicles and things that are powered by cobalt, the EV batteries, this involves slave labor of children in Africa. And so I wonder if some of that is waking millennials up. Another thing that's waking them up is the fact that home ownership among millennials keeps getting, the age keeps getting higher and higher. I remember when I got my first home when I was 28 or 29, little tiny house, but it was mine. I think it was 33 just a few years ago, and now it's jumped all the way to 36. So they're seeing that so much of this woke capitalism is making the American dream much harder for them to achieve, correct?
It makes it so much harder, Rachel. And look, you know, it's one thing to say, hey, I'm going to do my part financially to save the planet and make the world a better place when I'm living with my parents. As soon as you got to enter the real world, you got to move out, you got to get your own house, you start to realize, hey, what the heck? My wages have not kept up with inflation since Biden took office. Housing affordability is at an all-time low. You know, and for young Americans to not be able to afford a house and not be able to stretch their paycheck so that it lasts all month, they're beginning to realize, hey, wait a second, this ESG stuff, it costs me money. And at the end of the day, if pursuing ESG causes means I can't buy a house and I can't put food on the table towards the end of the month, it's not for me.
Yeah, well, that's happening to a lot of virtually all Americans who are not in the 1%. Also, credit to Vivek Ramaswamy, who wrote Woke Capitalism, and I think alerted a lot of people as an insider into what a fraud and grift this was. So anyway, great talking to you, Mark Tepper. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Rachel.
You got it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.